This is your WCIA 3 forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
Wow, big changes occurring as we speak. We had temperatures today up near 70 degrees. Now those temperatures are falling, and we're watching the radars. Precipitation slowly starting to move in. It will start as rain, but eventually we think snow is going to be falling across the area. Look at the temperature from Champaign. That's at 50. Compare that to the 66 in Effingham. 40s up here across portions of Iowa, and that is going to be rolling in as we go throughout tonight. I think we're probably dry over the next several hours. After midnight, though, we're talking about that rain switching over to snow by tomorrow. We think some accumulation is going to be possible. We'll get you more specific timing and amounts when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
A 72-year-old woman was found dead in her home, who police have arrested for her murder.
And more than a dozen bullet holes ripped through a house. Bullets ripped through a house. One of them hit a 14-year-old in the back.
Fans are walking into Memorial Stadium for the first time since the 2019 season, getting set for tonight's spring game. We'll talk with a few fans and get you ready for all the action coming up in sports.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
My regards to the family. They were nice people, and they were part of our community, our little town.
Family, friends, neighbors spent all day Sunday looking for her until police found her murdered in her own home. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Nevada State Police arrested Clayton Anderson and Thomas Miller for the murder of Sherry Hubbard in her home in Clarksburg. Police say they also stole her car when trying to get away. WCIA 3's Jared Farmer is live outside of Clarksburg. Jared, police are saying this was premeditated.
Jennifer, I'm right outside of the Township Highway Department where neighbors began their search for Hubbard. Now, police are saying that this murder was indeed planned. Public records show that Hubbard had an order of protection against Anderson since late November. Neighbors spent all weekend looking for Hubbard, and one neighbor who we spoke with that was a part of one of those search parties says she remembers first hearing when she went missing.
Nobody had any details at that time, except for the grandson had stole her car, and the grandmother might be with him. No one knew, but out of concern, we just started looking.
Neighbors next door tell me they saw the Shelby County coroner bringing Hubbard's body out of her house. Police say Anderson killed Hubbard inside and then stole her car and fled across state lines until he was stopped by police in Nevada. Anderson has since been charged with first-degree murder, while Thomas Miller has been charged with helping cover it up. Live in Clarksburg, I'm Jared Farmer, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jared, thank you. State police are investigating after two women from Champaign were shot while driving on the expressway in Chicago. Police don't have a description of the car or the driver that shot at them yesterday. The victims were pulling off at an exit to wait for help. The driver and passenger were both taken to a nearby hospital. They're expected to be okay.
Here's a follow-up now. A 14-year-old girl is seriously hurt after someone opened fire on a house, hitting her in the back. Happened early this morning near South Madison Chevy Chase Drive in Champaign. WCIA 3's Jen Lask joins us in studio tonight. So, Jen, walk us through what happened.
Paul, police found more than a dozen bullet holes across the front of the house. You could see them in this window right there. 4 people were inside when it happened, including the 14-year-old. She went into surgery afterwards, but is expected to survive. Neighbors are stunned at what unfolded across the street.
That's pretty scary. It's pretty close to home. Too close.
Karen Turk was shocked to hear about the shooting on Champaign's Mattis Avenue.
Fast traffic, that's about all that happens around here.
And heartbroken to hear a 14-year-old was hurt.
That's pretty awful that they have to solve their problems and hurt a little bit like that.
Turk's daughter, Lonnie Fultz, agrees.
It hurts my heart to think that people have no regard for life.
She's also scared for her mother.
You could just be shot because somebody wants to shoot somebody else and you're in the way.
Youth activists Ayan Harris and Sydney Williams say they're heartbroken for the young victim and the trauma she's experienced.
There's no reason that someone that young, someone who hasn't even experienced so many things in life should ever be a victim of something so gruesome, so cruel, so violent.
Harris says she has a brother who's just a couple years younger than the girl who was shot.
Oof, it's a tough one.
And it's leading to conversations she wishes they didn't have to have.
It's been pretty heartbreaking just having to deal with it and have to break down to these young children that this is the world that y'all are living in.
It's a world they hope to change for the better. But Harris and Williams know they can't do it alone.
At the end of the day, like, all we're asking is just for people in our own community, the Black community, and people that are our friends and our families to just be there for us, just to support us, to fight alongside with us, because we're fighting for you.
I reached out to Champaign's school district as well. They say after hearing about this morning's shooting, building leaders immediately activated their trauma response team, and counselors set up spaces and office hours for the students processing the news. Back to you.
All right, Jen, thanks for that update. Now we're learning more about a drive-by shooting that happened outside Carlton Fields. It led to the arrest of 2 of the targets who were in town for the funeral of another shooting victim. Anthony Jamerson is related to Aaron Jamerson, who died last week after he was shot near Neal and Vine in Champaign. Jamerson and Javon Salisbury were walking toward the nearby Jimmy John's yesterday afternoon. That's when someone in a red Kia opened fire, leaving nearly a dozen shell casings in the Health Alliance parking lot. The car took off while police say Jamerson and Salisbury ran back to the Hampton Inn armed.
Apparently, when it started happening, the police came in and locked El Toro down, and then there was people out pumping gas at Haymakers, and they all ran inside the Haymakers.
Manager at the Hampton Inn says 3 employees were working when Jamerson and Salisbury ran in. All were safe. Police got a search warrant for their hotel rooms and found 2 guns, including one that was stolen. Officers arrested the 2 for unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. No one was hurt.
We have new details about a Danville man's death after his boat flipped over. Indiana Conservation Police say they believe a low-head dam played a role. His boat was found in the face of the dam in churning water. The Vermilion County, Indiana Sheriff identified him as 64-year-old Terry Evans. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. No one was seriously hurt after a fire at a Coles County apartment building. It happened on the north side of Mattoon. The fire chief says it started on the 2nd floor this morning. There was 1 person in the apartment that was on fire, but he was able to escape. He refused treatment. A person across the hall also escaped. We still don't know a cause.
People are continuing to get vaccinated for COVID across the state. 53% of people 18 and up have received at least 1 dose. 50% of those 16 and older have also gotten one. More than 8.1 million people have gotten the shot. There are almost 2,000 new infections in the state. 22 more people have died. The positivity rate is now at 4.7%.
It's the 16th anniversary of the opening of the Lincoln Library and Museum. Why all is not well when it comes to those running it.
Also tonight.
I always think of him as a puzzle maker. He was able to put pieces together, and he knew how you were going to fit into this puzzle.
He was a giant in our industry. How those who knew and worked with Paul Davis are remembering him tonight.
And what a day for Judy to be in the building,
We
right?
popped in.
Snow tomorrow?
She came in. She's like, "Snow? What is this?" And so we had to, ping her for some information. Hey, what do you think? So she helped out on the forecast.
She's very good.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
But you know what she also said? She goes, "I tried to tell people, don't plant those flowers until after Mother's Day."
Who said that who quoted her last week?
You did, and she's right, so there you go. And what do you know? We've got snow coming in here for tomorrow. The clouds are already rolling in, the colder temperatures as well. We're going to come back and talk about the timing and amounts and everything you need to know next.